My journey through the High Republic continues. I finally finished The Eye of Darkness last night. I heard reports. I obviously read reviews sometimes when I go to a book, and they were talking about how clunky this book can seem. And I agree with that in the sense that it is a very large cast that are dealing with a lot of different issues, but overall, the same problem. But to me, it's a reminder of just how large the galaxy is, and that every person matters in the grand scheme of it all. But I will say, for me, because this book is so largely focused on the success of the villains, it was a teensy bit hurtful to read. It hurts to read how our heroes are struggling with staying hopeful in a galaxy that's been taken by fear. Yet what this story does remind you is the fact that hope is very much alive, regardless of how much darkness tries to snuff it out. There is always still a small flicker, even off in the distance, that will grow larger and larger the longer it burns. And then the ending, as all these different stories and all these different pieces come together, just absolutely blew my mind. It ramped up so much near the ending that when the book actually ended, when I scrolled down to, oh yeah, this is enough for them for right now, and then it went into acknowledgments, I was like, wait, what? The book is done? It left me wanting more, left me wanting to read the next one. And there's a problem with that. As I talked about when it comes to the High Republic is a mixture of books as well as comic books. And the comic books literally revolve around whatever the current story is. So you could just read just the books and you'd be fine, you would get the main story. But when it comes to the comics, which mainly is what I read, I have to read the books along with the comics, or else the comics will spoil stuff that's happening in the books. It's a little different, right? Because there are some certain storylines in the comics that do weave their way into the books, but it's not that much of an impact. The overall impact comes from the books themselves. And so the problem is there's 3 different levels of books. You have the adult novels like this one, then you have the young adult novels, and then you have the junior novels. I am not reading the junior novels. But the High Republic does have 3 different phases. And in phase 1, I only read the adult novels. In phase 2, I read some of the young adult novels. And according to my checklist, the next things I need to read are all the young adult novels, basically, before I get to the next adult novel. And there's a large part of me that's just like, I don't know if I want to do that. Especially if you've also been reading the series, you know that Elzar Mann and then Avar Kriss, like, I'm sorry, like, I want to know what's going to happen with them next, especially with the next book being called Temptation of the Force. That being said, High Republic still remains some of the peak Star Wars storytelling that it has been for the last few years, and I'm excited to read what's coming next. Let me know in the comments below, have you read anything from the High Republic? Have you read Eye of Darkness? What did you think? But other than that, I am a coming author. Thank y'all for getting caught up in my favorite media. God saying the same. I'll catch y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.